Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Vanilla Rose Tarot, and today we're doing a future spouse reading. Basically just like meeting your future spouse. How is it gonna be when you meet? And yeah, we have three groups to choose from. I had like a mind blank there. Three groups to choose from, and we have group one with Mama Duck. Let's see, Mama Duck. Let's clear up a little bit. Please. There we go. Mama Duck. Okay, it's just like, okay, there she goes. And then we have Baby Duck. Oops, Baby Duck. And then we have Papa Duck. I hope that I can't really see how much I'm showing you, so this is kind of a shot in the dark, but I hope it's good. Anyway, take all the time you need, pause the video if you need to choose your reading, and I'll see you in your group. Hi, group one. If you chose Mama Duck, then this is your reading. Oh, didn't mean to do that. But anyway, put her up here so you can see her during your reading. Alright, so we're going to just get straight into it. Basically, just what it's going to be like when you meet your future spouse. If spouse is not for you, then maybe significant other or life partner or whatever. I don't know. You decide. But just a very significant relationship. But the intention is future spouse. But I feel like some people have like issues with that word, which I don't know, I guess. But anyway, so let's see, what is it gonna be like meeting your future spouse? This could also be if you're already married, how it was when you met your future spouse. But the intention is future. But, whatever. However that means, see, I don't know what's wrong with me today. I'm like stumbling over my words for some reason. But anyway, alright, so first card we have the Death card. And we have the World card. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. The High Priestess. The Two of Pentacles, and the Eight of Wands. Okay, let me just fix your cards because I just like threw them there. First I want to say this is like big energy. First of all, to start off with the Death card and the World right away is like, this is big life-changing energy when you meet. You could have been going, you could be, I don't want to say could have been, but maybe this is someone you've already met, who knows, but you could be going through a very, very big life change. Now the Death card doesn't always mean a literal death. Actually, a lot of times it doesn't mean a literal death, but for you, it kind of feels heavy like that. Like you could be going through either losing someone very close to you or just like a big move that you're grieving. Like you miss where you were before. Like you're happy where you are now. If it's a move, you're happy, but you're also very much grieving where you were and the life that you had in your previous place. And a move is actually further implied here with the World, because it's completion of a cycle, travel and all that. But it just kind of feels like a big wrap up of your former life. And it's like you're still trying to build up the new life when you meet your future spouse. It's like it does feel a little bit out of nowhere, but also kind of expected with the High Priestess. it's like maybe you have a dream about it and then it happens, because it doesn't feel completely unexpected, but it feels like all at once. You know what I mean? Like you move, and I'm just gonna go with that scenario because that just keeps popping up in my head. You move to a new place, and everything is very unfamiliar, obviously, unless you're moving to a place you've been before. But it just feels very, very new, and you feel very new. This, it just feels like a complete split from who you were before. It's like you're starting your life completely over, and but for some reason, like you wouldn't expect to meet someone right away, but for some reason it feels like you have like a clue about it, like a hint, because you just kind of sense it. And when you two do meet, it feels like you just get on really, really well. You just click. Your conversations just flow really easily. It feels very mellow and calm and peaceful. It's like you've known each other forever. And this is possible that this could be like someone you've known before. And I want to say past life, but when I say past life, it can be an actual past life, like previous from this one. But it could also be like a long, long time ago in this life. You know what I mean? Like from your childhood or from school or from something that it felt like a past life. You know, like it was so long ago that you knew this person. But it could also be like from a past life. It's just there's such a strong sense of familiarity with this person, because when it's like you're not even meeting. It's like you're just like meeting back up. You know what I mean? Like you just flow so well together, and things seem to progress pretty quickly with this Eight of Wands. And with the Two of Pentacles, that's what I'm kind of getting. It's just you two just mesh very well. It's like I'm looking at the two boats in the background, and then you see him holding the two pentacles with the infinity symbol. It just feels like you two were always attached to each other, even before you met. And it was like you were meant to find each other at this time and at this place with what you're going through. You might be going through something similar too when you meet. Could be something like that. I don't know. But it just feels very synchronistic, the two of you, because it just is, it's like you're both kind of meeting each other in the middle, like at the same time. There'll be a lot of similarities too. Like I mentioned earlier, you could have been going through a loss. They would be going through a loss as well. You know, if you're just moving, they just moved to the same place, and it's like, wow, that's kind of crazy. It feels very serendipitous. It's something that's like you two were just meant to find each other at this specific time. Yeah, it's just like, I don't know why I feel like you have like this knowing of this person. Maybe, I don't know, maybe this is something you're hoping for or were hoping for a long time ago, and now it's coming back around. But it feels just, it's like you're picking back up where you left off. Again, if this isn't someone like from your actual past, it could be a past life. I don't know. You probably know better than I do about that specific person, but it just feels, it's just you get on so well. I don't like, I'm like snapping my fingers. You just get on so well. It just feels very just flowy. But other areas of your life would be kind of blooming at the same time. Everything feels like it's happening all across the board. So I guess that would be clues to when you meet. I don't know, like literally when you meet, not just like how it will go. If you're having like, if you're moving soon, you know, that could be something. Or if you've recently gone through a very big life change and you feel like you've had to grieve something, whether that be someone or a change in your career, your schools, or whatever. It's just, there's just a big change, and then this person just kind of slides into your life like during this change, and it feels like that was just how it's supposed to happen. Like you two almost like you guys have like a soul contract that you two are meant to like sort of go through something similar at the same time and then come together at that time to help each other through it, or to grow through it, to maybe have your own sort of supportive unit. I don't know why I said it like that, but it's like you're supposed to help each other through something. Maybe I am getting a sense of isolation because, again, with the move and the loss, it feels like you may be on your own, and then you meet this person and you two just click. But they would be too. They would kind of be on their own too, and there's just something about that. Maybe you learn something through that experience together, or you create something through that experience together. But it just feels written, you know. So this is something, again, you could have foreseen this, because it's like you're connected to it somehow. So you could have, in your mind, sort of played this out before a long time ago. Maybe you fantasized about something like this, or maybe you dreamt about it, or maybe you read a book and it really resonated with you. This specific storyline feels very familiar to you. Maybe it's a movie that you resonate with very much, and it's like you don't know why you connect with it so much because you haven't gone through it, but then you see like the way your life plays out is very similar to that. It just feels like you have some sort of clues or hints to who or how this is gonna go. So I would say pay attention to anything that really resonates with you very strongly. And if you haven't yet, then if you like, keep an eye on that in the future. If you see something that really connects with you, that could be like how it actually plays out. There's something very familiar about this. So, okay, let me get into your oracle cards just to see if we get a little bit more information about what it's going to be like meeting your future spouse. That was quick. Sometimes I like shuffle for a little bit longer. Okay. So first card, we have leadership. Such a beautiful card. The tiger. I just realized we have the lion here, which is obviously a big part of the world card, but I want to put this here where you can see it without the light glaring. That's like good enough, I guess. Alright, I'm focusing on this too much. My OCD is showing. Okay, alright. So first card is leadership, then we have confidence. And then we have safe travel. Look at that. Yo, there's something about that. You moving to a new place or a new job or a new like environment. So it could be like a, I don't know, I'm not gonna give you all the examples, like, you know. You know what it could be. Just something new, somewhere that you're spending time in a new place. So this could be a home situation or a career situation or a school situation or whatever case may be. But I just find it so interesting that we have leadership and confidence, because I feel like there's almost a sense of being like on a mission. Like maybe you decide you want to meet your person, and then like you're setting the intention of when you move or when you start something new or whatever the case may be, that's what you want. Or maybe when you're going through this big change, that you realize like you want to go through this like with your person. There's something about you sort of being very connected to it. I know I said that already, but it just feels like you're very connected to this experience somehow before it happens, and you're just like really sure of it. Or maybe that, like I said, that connection with the dream or a movie or a book or whatever, or a fantasy, maybe you just feel it even stronger and you're like, yeah, this is gonna happen. Like, I'm pretty sure of it. Or maybe it's the person that you're pretty sure of that you're gonna meet. Maybe this is someone from your past that you're reconnecting with. I'm not sure. That's very possible. But it could also be, again, I know I keep repeating, but it just keeps coming back up, like, over and over again. Just like past life, or really early in life, or like a really long time ago. But you're both meeting in the same place here, the safe travels. Like, it's just a real, something very new that you're both coming together at the same time. Like, you're meant to. This is very, very destined. Like, it's written. That's why you're so connected to it, because it's already written. And you can say that about a lot of things in life, but there are certain events that are stronger than us, and this is one of them for you, where a lot of things are sort of coming together for you to meet this person, for you and this person to come together at this specific time and place. So, yeah, that's all I'm getting for your reading. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you resonated with it, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye. Hi, group 2. If you chose Baby Duck, this is like so adorable, then this is your reading. Let me put little Baby Duck up here. It's so tiny. Anyway, so this is meeting your future spouse, what it's going to be like for you. And I said this in group 1, which I don't really feel like it's necessary to say, because I mean, like, you know, but if you don't resonate with the word spouse or getting married, then it could just be your life partner or significant other or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, so just meeting them and how that will go. Let's see what comes up. Take this one. I feel like all your cards like present themselves pretty quickly. Okay. Justice. King of Swords. Ace of Pentacles. Knight of Swords. It's Chariot. Okay. Just trying to make this even. I think your cards are very interesting because they definitely mirror each other. I don't know if you can see that, but we have like 2 majors with like the yellow background on the ends. Then we have 2 court cards, which are very similar, right? Well, they're in the same suit. And then in the middle we have that Ace of Pentacles. So both, this feels like one is you, one side is you, one side is your significant other, your future spouse. And that is so interesting. So definitely mirroring each other in some way, but even the Chariot and the Justice, like how they're just like facing forward with, like, I mean, they all have serious expressions in this deck, but these feel like very serious energies. First, I want to say that your future spouse feels like they come rushing in, and for some reason, you don't feel very open to it. Like, not right away. You feel like you have a hard wall around you. Like, the King of Swords is like my no card. Like, anytime I ask a question and I see the King of Swords, it's like, nope. Like, I'm not feeling it. I'm not. He's the most serious card in the whole deck, right? And with Justice, it kind of feels like you're at a place where you're just done. You're not looking for a relationship. You're not looking to do, like, it's like you're over people, or you're just over, like, just that. And it doesn't even feel like it's coming from anything specific, like a bad relationship or a bad experience. I mean, it could be, but if it is, it doesn't feel recent. It feels like this is just where you are in life. Maybe it's been a while that you feel like you're meeting the same person over and over and over again. You're just like, okay, enough. Like, I'm over this. Or maybe you're just like taking a lot of time to yourself. It does feel like you're trying to heal from past, feels like patterns, like habits. Like you kind of recognize that you were in a loop and you wanted to break out of that loop. So you just like stepped out of the ring, of like meeting people or wanting to meet people. And you just, yeah. It feels like the more that you were healing yourself, or that you were recognizing these patterns, that you were getting more comfortable in yourself and being by yourself, or with spending time with yourself as well, because there is a difference of being by yourself and spending time with yourself. It's like, I'm not gonna get into that because it'll be here forever, but it just, you recognize the difference between those two things, and really getting to know yourself, understanding yourself, and trusting yourself, listening to yourself is a big one. It's like you want to stand up for yourself more, you know what I mean, in certain situations and with certain people. Like you don't want to let things go anymore, let things slide. Like you're tired of being treated a certain way that you're not comfortable with. You're tired of, it is like I said earlier, it feels like you're tired of just meeting the same people over and over again. It feels like there was a pattern of people being very inconsiderate, being like just overlooking you, like where you felt invisible, like your needs weren't met, but they also just like weren't even taken seriously. You know what I mean? They weren't even acknowledged. They weren't like you have needs. Like, no, you don't. Like that's the type of people that it feels like you were around for a while, and you just were done, just done, and you were in that energy for a while, like in that place, I want to say, for a while, where you just don't even want, like, where you're just coming out of that, breaking out of that, letting people go that you don't want around anymore, you don't want to engage with anymore, just changing things up about those patterns. And you got so comfortable in that you just like, yeah, you know what, I'm good by myself, I'm fine, I don't need anybody. Like it's like you I want to say you forgot about the main reason you started doing that in the first place, which is always like to heal and stuff, but you specifically feel like you were doing that so that you could meet the right person for you that isn't like all these people that you were dealing with. And it does also feel like family members, and friends. It doesn't even just feel like romantic. It feels like the beginning of that was like with platonic relationships and like familial connections, your immediate family, like your parents, your siblings, and then that sort of pattern carried over into other places, and that's where you sort of recognize that you need to do something, because it's just like you keep meeting these same people, right? And so you didn't want to end up with someone like that, so you decided you were gonna change that. And as you were changing that, you sort of forgot why you wanted to do it in the first place. And so you just get into the zone. And that happens a lot when you start healing it. And I think that's beautiful, where you're just like, you know what, I'm good. Like you're just so comfortable in your own skin and in your own self, in your own life, that you really are good. But then this person, and I know it took me a while to get to this point, sorry. There was a lot coming up about that. That's something that you really took seriously. This person kind of just comes rushing in. It reminds me of that movie. I know I'm always mentioning movies, but it reminds me of that movie Fools Rush In from the 90s that I watched a million times as a kid, and they could not be more opposite. But they just kind of worked in a way, but it felt a little like it was very kind of sloppy in the beginning. Like it was like bumbling around. They had different cultures, they had different life experiences. It was just completely different. And that's kind of what it feels like. It's like this person that comes rushing in is completely different than you would have ever expected, ever. And you're just like, oh no, I don't want to deal with this. they're like too goofy or too excited and too just all over the place. Like, I need someone more chill. But they kind of keep they kind of keep like floating around you, you know what I mean? In this weird, like really cute way, not in like a aggressive or inappropriate way. It feels very like funny, kind of, you know what I mean? Just like someone who's has a very light energy, very energetic, like making a lot of jokes, you know, type of person that's wants to see people just talking and vibing, you know, and they kind of see you and you're just kind of like whatever, like not really giving much, and they really gravitate towards you, your future spouse. And it does kind of feel like you're not being mean or rude or anything, but you're not really giving much, and they're kind of like seeing that as like, oh, I like her, if you're her. That just came up, but whatever, whoever you identify with, it's just like I like them. They seem interesting, like mysterious. They want to know more about you, and it's like little by little you give in, like they're just like kind of chipping away in a very, and I want to say this in a very respectful way, because I feel like if you felt that like uncomfortable or anything, like you're in such an energy where you're like, no, I'm out of here, and you will let that be known very clearly. They are doing it in a way that's like almost entertaining for you, you know. You're kind of like with your hand up like no, but you're like more and more intrigued the more you see them and speak to them and spend time with them. So they kind of just, it's a little bit of a slow burner at first because you're just not really sure, but there's someone that sticks with you, you know. They kind of linger in your mind after you're, you know, you part ways, you know, for the day. And then they sort of, you keep thinking about them, and then, like every time you see them, it kind of just, they stick a little more and more and more, you know. It's actually really cute. It is giving me like rom-com, like 90s, early 2000s rom-com type of feeling. Um, and I think that's really, I think that's really cute. It is a very beautiful, like fruitful beginning with this Ace of Pentacles. Like you both, it's a very grounded, fruitful. Did I say fruitful already? Let me say it again. If I did, it's very solid. You know what I mean? Like that seed is planted, and it's a strong, strong seed that's gonna grow into a really big tree because there's a very stable foundation here. You both are very like I keep saying he. Sorry, them. If you're, however you identify. They are very they're very goofy on the surface, like very funny, like chill, cool, fun, not chill, but like energetic, but inside they're very, very stable and strong. Like when it's time to get serious, they get serious. When it's time to like really commit and do something, they do it. They just, you know, that's who they are inside, but outside they're very, they like having fun. It's reminding me of Phil Dunphy from the Modern Family. The Dunphys, like Claire and Phil, that's very much giving me that dynamic. So yeah, like you would be Claire and they would be Phil. That's very much what this feels like. So I think that's super cute. But let's go to your oracle cards and see what comes up. Okay. All right, we have wisdom. Yeah. We have courage. Oh, I like that. And elixir of life. I'm laughing because that's what your person like feels like. Alright. My baby is coming to visit. You see his little paw. And of course he shook the table. And he's laying on the baby. Yeah. Yeah. My baby is laying on the baby. He's just gonna chill there for a little bit. But anyway, the elixir of life made me laugh because that's what your significant other, your future spouse feels like. And they feel like they just drank that and they're just, oh my god, it reminds me of Harry Potter, you know, the potion, the Felix Felicis one. And he took it and he was like drunk. And he's like, whatever. It's like one of my favorite scenes because it's just so funny. That's what your person feels like. They just feel like they just drank a little potion that just gives them so much life and zest and drive, whatever. There's a word I'm trying to find, but it's not coming through, so oh well. And you, like the wisdom and the this feels like your healing period, you know, of you just like, you learned so much, you grew so much, and you're just like, that took a lot for you to do, you know what I mean? Because you were in that for a while. That wasn't like something that you were just like came across, whatever, and it wasn't great. No, this is something it feels like you grew up in, and you really had to dig deep to break those patterns and change that, and actually let people go that have been around for a while that you maybe thought you could never let go of at some point, and you did it. You know, you made those changes, you stuck to it, and you felt really good in that, and now you're ready for this partnership, and it's very healthy and fun and really makes you feel seen and alive, and it loosens you up a little bit, you know, because sometimes when we spend a long period in this like healing, you know, way, we can become a bit rigid in that, you know, where we're just like, you know what, we get comfortable in ourselves and we're like, I don't really need anybody. But it's also really nice to have people, good people in your life, and that's something that you're opening up to again when meeting this person. So yeah, this feels really nice. And that's all I'm getting for your reading. I hope that it resonated, that you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye. Hi, group 3. If you chose Papa Duck, then this is your reading. Oh, I keep sliding it. I know. So you can see Papa. Alright. So, we're going to get into what it's going to be like meeting your future spouse. And I've noticed that what's coming up is more so like what's going on in your life when meeting your future spouse. So, I just go with it because what wants to come through will come through. But I said this in the first 2 groups. It doesn't really need to be said, but I'm going to say it anyway because why not? If the word spouse doesn't resonate with you, then it's like your significant other or life partner or a very important relationship or whatever, you know, just you decide. Whatever feels good to you. Yeah. I like to do 5 because I thought I picked 5, but I didn't. So now I did. And let's see what it's gonna be like meeting your future spouse. Page of Pentacles, Three of Cups, Five of Pentacles, Five of Swords, and Nine of Cups. Okay. Let me just fix your cards. This is a very specific situation that's coming up. So if this doesn't apply to you, Like, I don't know, maybe this, I mean, more could come through, but I'm just, this very specific situation that's coming up is that you started a course or a class or something and you had a lot of fun, and then it ended and you were kind of like, well, this sucks. And you're like, I really want to keep talking to this person, but I don't know how. And then somehow either they reach out or someone from that course kind of connects you, and then boom, you're connected and you're able to kind of continue. That was a very, very specific way to meet your future spouse, something like that. And I wanted to mention it because it just came through right away and so clear. So that could be how you meet your future spouse. It just kind of feels like that, like you, it's like you meet them with friends or in a social gathering, or something like a course or some event. Yeah, it's like you meet them at an event or something, and you just click, but then they're like kind of gone. And they just like disappeared, and you're like, wait, what? How am I gonna find this person again? I don't know how I'm going to see them or connect with them. I don't know. Like, you have like no clue, and I feel like you're trying to figure it, but it's like everyone you speak to that you knew, like, doesn't know them or didn't see them or something like that. There's something about you meet and then you lose contact or lose something and you're not able to reconnect, but then somehow, some way, you either bump into each other again serendipitously, or someone connects you two. Either they give them your contact information or they give you their contact information, something like that. But it's like you meet and it feels like really exciting. It does feel like a group setting for sure with the Three of Cups here. And it's like with the Five of Swords, that's the energy of feeling like you're not like, obviously the Five of Pentacles is you kind of lose contact with them, and the Five of Swords is, it's just this feeling. It's usually not how how the Five of Swords would come up, but it's coming up in this situation of just like like a dead end. Everywhere you look, it's like a dead end. It's like you're not getting anything from anyone, any actual information that you want. And you're like, well, what do I have to do? I don't know where to go. You're kind of playing internet spy, trying to look for this person. And it kind of feels like they're trying to do the same thing with you, or somehow, but it's just, again, like another group felt like a little bit of a romantic comedy. This also feels like a romantic comedy. Like, it's just that's the same situation. I'm trying to see if something else comes through with these cards, like another scenario. This could also be, some people don't like to hear this, and that's fine. If you don't, this isn't for you. It's that simple. This could be someone from your past that you knew from a long time ago, and I'm not getting an actual relationship from before. This is someone that you spent time with, and it was a lot of fun, but it wasn't like, it never took off. It never, like, you never got that chance. Someone that you always thought about, but you never got that chance to really see where it would go. But you just kind of like hit it off. The time you had with them was really good. Yeah, that's coming through pretty strong too. Like, this is someone that you either went to school with before, or you worked with before, or you knew from someone else. Maybe like your friend's cousin, or I don't know. Again, very specific. I'm getting a lot of specific things for your group, which is it's fun. Maybe this group is for like 3 specific people. I don't know. But yeah, it's like it's someone that you've either known before or you meet very quickly. But actually, like, the meeting itself, it just feels like very lighthearted. Like, I'm smiling so much because it just feels very, very fun, and like, you know how like when you go to a party, or you're with a bunch of friends, and everybody's just clicking together, you know what I mean? Everybody's like joking and laughing, and it's like, oh yeah, yeah. It looks like a commercial for, like, I don't know. I can't even think of one. But you know, it just seems like scripted almost, and you're like, and you're, it's one of those moments where you're in the moment and you actually realize like, wait, this is actually like a really cool memory that I'm making right now. It's like one of those rare moments that you can actually, like, time freezes and you enjoy like what's happening. There's just this person, your future spouse, is there, and it's like they're really making an impression on you, and you're really, I just see you like wide eyed, like, whoa, this is fun. This is crazy. And it's just, you're really excited, like you feel like a kid, and it's just one of those things, almost like you're at a rave. I keep like wanting to jump around and move because it feels like that. It feels very like, so in a previous group, I don't want to keep mentioning a previous group, but I'm gonna do it anyway. um One person was really excited and the other person was like, I don't know. But in this group, you both are really excited. You're both like, whoa, this is fun. And it's almost like, oh my God, yeah, okay, thank you. This is what's coming through. Cinderella. Like Cinderella at the ball. And you guys have fun, and then you, oh my God, this is so Cinderella. It's very, very much like that. And it's reminding me of Bridgerton, the latest season, which is obviously, you know, based on the Cinderella storyline. And it was really beautiful, and I really enjoyed it. And I just, that's the vibe I'm getting here. Now, I'm not gonna say that, you know, you're hiding your identity or anything like that, but it's just one of those things where it's like this one night that everyone's having really fun, like this one event, and everyone's having a lot of fun, and then, yeah, that's the strongest feeling I'm getting from these cards. It could be someone that you knew in the past that you had a lot of fun with, and they come back around sort of in this random way. Or it could be someone that you personally spent time with that didn't turn into anything. It could be one of those. But the strongest one is that you meet them at this event and you part ways and you never really get each other's information, but somehow you find each other again anyway. And it's really, really beautiful. So let's get some oracle cards. Let's see what else wants to come through. Sorry if that was a little bit like jumbled. I feel like a lot of things kind of came out all at once, and I got these like random scenarios and very specific ones, and I hope you guys can like were able to catch that, any of that. And it wasn't so like all over the place. It probably was, knowing me, but hopefully you were able to keep up with some of it. Alright, so let's see. What oracle cards? Two. And this one. Okay. Oh, that's so sweet. You're finding love. That's what I mean. You both are just like super excited to find each other. It's like I can't stop smiling. Your energy, like this group feels so fun and good and lighthearted. Like there's no drama at all. There's just like, it's just love, and it's beautiful. It's giving me like puppy love, but like as adults. It just feels really fun. And puppy love is like the purest, most innocent, like really sweet. So I don't mean that in a bad way. It's actually the most beautiful way, in my opinion. Good fortune. Look at that. And passion. Damn. You guys are like on fire. So I put the cards over here so that the light wouldn't block it out. And it just looks weird to me. But whatever. Yeah, so again, the energy in this group is so beautiful. It's you two find each other and it's just cloud nine all the way through. Like you literally have the 9 of Cups. It's just like, it's like your wish come true. Whatever dream you have of like how you meet your person or when you meet your person or how to be together, like the relationship that you want, it just feels so vibrant And it's like you're both high on each other, you know, both of you just so like pumped up. It's like you're having the time of your life every time you're around each other. It does. It feels like the best thing ever. You both equally feel so happy to have found each other and so like lucky. It's like, you know how when someone says like, if this was your last day, what would you do? That's how it is for you every day. Is you both appreciate and enjoy each other so much. You value each other. You both give each other such this like feeling of like what it is to be alive. It's like I was not expecting. Like let me tell you, before I sat to do these readings, I was like, whatever. I'm I'm in a blah kind of mood, and your group just like woke me. I feel like I just had like 5 shots of espresso. It may not sound like it because I'm still kind of like mellowed out, but I still I feel like it. I feel like I took a bunch of espresso. But that's the vibe you have. And I know in the guidebook it talks about the seahorses and finding love and how they mate for life is very appropriate for this reading. And then, you know, we have the stag here, which is all about loyalty and faithfulness and stability, you know. And with good fortune, I mean, that speaks for itself, right? I mean, they all speak for itself, for themselves, but it's just this feeling of like you enjoy every single second of being with each other, and every minute feels like heaven. It's that. And I know I'm like amping it up. I know that sounds like a lot, but that is just the feeling that I'm getting. It just feels so strong. Look at this. The bottom of the deck here of good luck. Like all your cards for this deck is like so beautiful. And the bottom, I don't usually look at the bottom of the other cards, but yours, look at that. The 4 of Wands is actually the Strength, but then Strength fell off, and then it was the 4 of Wands, which is that celebration card. And when I do use bottom of the deck cards, but when I do these videos, I forget sometimes. But I don't know. I wanted to look at yours, and it's just that. It's exactly that. It feels very stable, very long lasting, but just very celebratory, just fun, and it's a beautiful thing. Your group has a very beautiful energy, and I want to stay in it forever. Like it just feels so good, and I'm super happy for you when this happens. And yeah, that's all I'm getting for this group. I hope that it resonated. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.